I was asking myself, what is the hindrance that we're having? What is this that is keeping us from enjoying God, from manifesting the glory of God in our lives, in our prayers, in our daily engagements, daily activities? Jesus Christ said, do not call your brother a fool. If you call your sister, your brother a fool, then you are preparing for hellfire. And in many ways, even in our expressions, in our mind, we call one another fools. They don't know anything. You are the only one that knows everything. They don't know anything. Ignorant people. And he went further to say, do not call your brother, your sister, your neighbor good for nothing. We can easily write people off, and we think that we have not killed them. We write them off in our minds. We write them off before others. We write them off in our society. What killing is much more than that. When you destroy somebody's means of livelihood, it's as good as killing that person. Jesus Christ was asked, which is the greatest commandment? And he said, the greatest commandment is love of God. But the second is as great as the first. Love of neighbor. It is in love of neighbor, love of brother, love of sister, that your love of God is made manifest. Our lack of love of our brothers and sisters, love of neighbor, love of those you meet, is actually costing us a lot of things. It costs you your relationship with God. It costs you answers to prayer. As simple as that, your love of neighbor, your love of your brother, your sister. It costs you answer to prayer. It costs you your business. It costs you happiness. Charity begins at home. Your first neighbor is your family members, those you live with. Your nuclear family member, beginning from your husband, your wife, your siblings, your parents. They are the first neighbor. And God is saying that if you love me, your love for me should be made manifest in them, in those you live with. 1 John chapter 4 verse 20. You cannot claim that you love God that you cannot see. If you do not love your sister, if you do not love your brother, if you do not love those around you, your neighbors that you can see, you cannot claim that you love God, because it is from what you see that you go to what you cannot see. You cannot claim that you are praying if you are at enmity with someone. Matthew chapter 5 verse 20 to 26. Jesus Christ says, if you have an offering to make, if you have a thanksgiving to make, if you have a prayer to make, if you want to appreciate God, if you have some moments of contemplation, adoration to make to your God, and you remember that your brother, your sister, your neighbor has something against you, and you're already processing to the altar, he said, drop your gifts there. Nobody is telling you not to make your thanksgiving. Nobody is telling you not to pray. But drop your gift there. Go first and reconcile with your brother. Go first and reconcile with your relations. We don't know the magnitude of the weight of obstacle that lack of love of neighbor is bringing to our life. Most of the ills we suffer, even lack of answer to prayer, Even sickness. Do you know that a particular sickness or your sickness, what you're suffering, might be because of lack of love of neighbor? Because you're at enmity with someone. And you may not know that that is why you are suffering. You may not know that your business is not progressing because you are at enmity with someone. You go and settle first. You go and reconcile. No matter how difficult it may be. The big project you have is to be at peace with your neighbor.